huwag paalipin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, MPBL na! MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. Sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. MPBL, Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. Bawat bayan ay sumasaya kapag may labay nagkakaisa. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, basketball na. Ang bawat labay pinaghahandaan, kaya yumayanig ang bakbakan. Todo suporta ang lahat sa kanya-kanyang kupunan. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalipin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, MPBL na! MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. Ang bawat laban ay nakakakaba dahil sa husay ng bawat isa. Sigawan ay yumayanig kapag nag-3 points na. Bawat bayay di patatalo, buong barangay ay suportado. Kahit ano ang mangyari, sama-sama tayo. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin.
Patuloy ang aksyon dito sa Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, ang liga ng bawat Pilipino. We are live from Paco Arena here in Manila City. We are on neutral grounds for today, and in our second game, we feature Ray De La Rosa and the Iloilo United Royals. De La Rosa has been doing a good job their past few games, while Coach Gerson Cabiltes is trying to bite the bullet here and trying his best to try and still give a chance for this Pangasinan Heatwaves to still have a chance of making the Northern Division playoffs. It's going to be Pangasinan versus Iloilo for the second game of our Thursday triple header. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, to everybody watching on MPTV Channel 98 on Signal, Satellite Channel 53 on the Pilipinas Live app, as well as on our Facebook and YouTube channels. This is Javi Palanya, joined by Coach Juanito Gregorio and Ms. Mika Abisamis. Juanito, Pangasinan, it hasn't been the season that they have been expecting, but here in this game against Iloilo, what do you expect to see from them?
Well, you know, Pangasinan would never stop playing. This is the team of Coach Gerson Cabiltes, a team that is always built to challenge and to battle anyone out. But on the other side, Iloilo, very, very important game because they still have a chance on entering that playoffs. So, malaking game para sa parehas na koponan.
Yeah, Iloilo has to win the remaining 5 games, pero ang kalaban nila dyan sa ating Southern Division, ang Negros Muscovados. Negros has 2 remaining games, so they only need to win 1 game to be able to clinch that 8th seed in the Southern Division. Let's talk about the last game of the United Royals. It was a tough loss against the Rizal Golden Coolers. Neck and neck the whole game. They started this game back and forth. It was a game that featured 8 ties and 14 lead changes with no team leading by more than 11 points. This happened at the Orion Sports Complex. In the end, Rizal just held tough and got the victory.
New character para dito sa Iloilo. A lot of guys now stepping up in lieu of the absences of Mark Nonoy and CJ Cancino. So all the other guys are now chipping in. But you look at the numbers right here, only losing by 2 points. But all of the statistics almost going to the side of Rizal, plus 17 second chance points, plus 14 plus 14 points off turnovers, plus 4 rebounds as well. But the one thing Iloilo did better was to shoot that basketball. 42%, much more efficient than Rizal. But all those other stats were crucial in the loss para sa Iloilo United Royals.
Ayun lang talaga yung naging problema nila. They just gave way too many attempts to the Rizal Golden Coolers. Even if Rizal shot below 30% in that game, it was those second chance opportunities that had Rizal be in control of that game, especially in the fourth quarter where they were able to secure that victory. Rai De La Rosa has been doing a good job for the United Royals, stepping into the plate in lieu of the absence of guys like Mark Nonoy and CJ Cancino. On the other side, the Pangasinan Heatwaves, after a dramatic win on their home floor against the Zamboanga Master Sardines, they were hoping to get a back-to-back victory here against the Bataan Risers, who have already been put out of the playoff picture in the Northern Division. Pero ginulat sila dito ng koponan ni Coach Oji Gumatay.
Oh, somehow, itong Bataan Risers are now in a 2-game win streak, starting it out with Pangasinan. In that game, they were able to play terrific. Pangasinan was not able to make stops against the Bataan Risers, forcing 102 points, giving them 50% on the field goals, allowing 10 3-pointers, everything going the side of Bataan. And on the other end, they really struggled offensively, itong Pangasinan. But it's really the defense where they have to be able to adjust, especially against a team like Iloilo with a lot of offensive firepower.
But which team will be able to play to their strengths here in this all-important game para sa parehong koponan? It's Pangasinan versus Iloilo. Let's go to Richard Campos.
Good evening and welcome to the second game. It's Iloilo versus Pangasinan here at the Paco Arena. This is Manny Pacquiao's MPBL Season 6 presented by Extreme. We get the starting lineups first. The Iloilo United Royals. Guard number 11, Rai De La Rosa. One guard number 13, Gab Gomez. Center number 15, Alan Santos. Forward number 25, AJ Madrigal. The other forward number 29, JR Ongteco. The head coach is Jap Sakuan. Assistant coaches, Ethel Tacorda and Julio Sinon. Coaching consultant, Mac Kuan. Playing team manager, Jay Habilosa. Team owner, JJ Habilosa. Now the starters for Pangasinan Heatwaves. Small forward number 10, Ralph Robin. Point guard number 11, Joshua Fontanilla. Power forward number 18, Nat Cosejo. Starting at guard number 29, Alan Mina. Playing center number 45, Mac Baracael. The head coach is Noy Catalan. Assistant coaches, Ariel Season, Florian Pineda, Harold Nang, June Marzan, Joseph Guillon, June Medina, Sandy Jesus, and Dan Xavier. Coaching consultant, Steve Chu.
Our starting five of this game brought to you by SportsMax, powered by PlayMax, the official online entertainment partner of the MPBL. Win to the max. Gab Gomez, Alan Santos, Jerong Teco, and AJ Madrigal joining Rai De La Rosa for the Iloilo United Royals. On the other side, it's Josh Fontanilla, Alan Mina, Mac Baracael, Nat Cosejo, and Ralph Robin for the Pangasinan Heatwaves. Thank you so much for joining us here for the second game of our Thursday triple header dito sa Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, ang liga ng bawat Pilipino. This is Javi Palanya, joined by Coach Onito Gregorio and Miss Mika Abisamis. Mac Baracael and Pangasinan hoping to get a win here against the Iloilo United Royals, who are hoping to do the same as their hopes of getting into the Southern Division playoffs hinges on them winning their last 5 games, including this one. The Heat Waves get the opening tip. Barcael able to get the first basket of this one. Gab Gomez walking it up here against Josh Fontanilla. And Gomez has had to do a lot of the point guard chores here for the United Royals. The departure of Mark Nonoy para sa kanilang kupunan. Ongteco puts on the brakes, turns around, jumper no good. Alan Santos goes up without the basketball. Fontanilla will set this one up. Robin gives up the 3. Cosejo push shot short. Santos with the board.
And so far, the game plan of Pangasinan is to really put it down low. They know with the loss of CJ Katapusan, there will be an advantage on the inside para dito sa Pangasinan.
De La Rosa, turnaround jumper, no good. But you could see the confidence for Rai De La Rosa really increasing the past few games for this Iloilo squad. He has taken on the role of main scorer para sa kanila.
I'm liking it for Rai De La Rosa. We know that this guy is a talent. He showed out in the last season, but he was not given a lot of chances para dito sa Iloilo because of the talent levels of Mark Nono and TJ Cancino. But now with the loss and still a chance for that playoffs, Rai De La Rosa is stepping it up here at the end of the season.
4-0 ang ating tala dito sa ating unang 2 minuto as Ralph Robin stretches it to 7-0 for the Pangasinan Heatwaves.
Very smooth offense by Pangasinan to start the ball game right here. They're able to locate the inside now. The defense adjusts on the inside. Ralph Robin will be left open on the outside. That is 7 early points para dito sa Pangasinan Heatwaves.
Wala pang 2 minuto nakakalipas sa ating unang yugto. Timeout agad para kay Coach Jack Scuat.
Back at the Paco Arena for your Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, I asked Coach Gerson Cabiltes what he disliked the most about that Bataan game. He said 3 things. Number 1, missing 19 free throws. Number 2, not being able to break their zone. And finally, giving up 102 points. Tough loss. And speaking of tough, he cannot help but think about the heartbreaking losses. And the most painful part was the quantity. Napakadami ng heartbreaking losses na yon. Buti sana daw kung isa lang. But given the chance, he will move forward and answer back next season. I don't know why this still gives me goosebumps. Have you, Juanito?
Oh, thank you so much, Mika. When it's Coach Gerson who releases those kinds of statements, talagang magkakaroon ka talaga ng mga goosebumps, no? You know, he always tries to follow up on what he says. It's just that this season there have been many struggles for this Pangasinan squad. Of course, the first of which is inheriting a new franchise, the newest in the MPBL.
And they did not have a lot of time to prepare.
Exactly.
Itong Pangasinan. So, given the chance para dito kay Coach Gerson Cabildes, especially seeing the talent base he has in this lineup, this is going to be a scary team moving forward para dito kay Coach Gerson.
At siya naman mismo ang umaamin na his system is not an easy system to learn.
Yeah, that's right.
He may have the core of guys that he won a championship with in Nueva Ecija, but a lot of these guys had to deal with injuries, some differentiation of roles. Hesed Gabo had to take on more scoring opportunities para sa kanila with the loss of several guys. So, you know, it was a year of adjusting and trying to make do with what they had, talking about Pangasinan.
That's right. And at the end of the day, even though if you have a lot of guys who knows your system at maglalagay ka ng maraming bago, it's still going to be an adjustment for you to be able to know how the other guys play and how comfortable are you guys going to be. But again, with the talent they have and moving forward, if they can retain this core, this is going to be a strong team for the next seasons to come.
Jerong Teco and Rai De La Rosa has been able to score off of the timeout para sa Iloilo, but Ralph Robin answers with his second 3-pointer of the game. brings Pangasinan up to 6 points.
Quick 2-3 pointers para dito kay Ralph Robin, a guy who you cannot leave any inch of space because he can take that and make that.
Sorry, 7 points is the lead for the Heatwaves, 12-5. That's an offensive foul laban sa Iloilo.
Good aggressiveness para kay AJ Madrigal. Just a little too aggressive. Putting down that elbow, a charge call on AJ.
Check out this play of the game brought to you by Suzuki. Josh Fontanilla getting that hockey assist to Nat Cosejo. Iloilo staying in that zone. Baseline jumper by the former EAC General will not work. De La Rosa onto RV Berger. Down low to Alan Santos. Gets the one-handed shot.
Now we've seen that move from Alan Santos here in the MPBL for quite some time now. You just have to be able to give him those chances on the inside.
Fontanilla waving off Robin. Picks up his dribble. They go to Alan Mina. That shot is long. The tap goes to a white shirt. That's Franz Diaz. The United Royals will push it. Jason Credo now in the game. Para kay Coach Jap Skuan. De La Rosa attacking left. Back door they go to RV Berger. That's last touch on a Pangasinan Heatwave.
Not the best movement para dito sa Iloilo on that last play. Good thing the ball will return on their side. It's also good to see Credo and RV Berger much more healthy. They've dealt with a lot of injuries throughout the season, itong dalawang to. So maybe towards the last 5 games, which will be very important, we do hope that these guys remain healthy.
De La Rosa, he got his first field goal of the game inside the arc, missing that one from three-point country. Alan Mina, the sidestep, that's short. He was asking for a foul, visibly frustrated after that one. Diaz left wide open. Missing from 3. Franz Diaz can actually say that this Paco Arena is some sort of his home floor.
Yes. Actually, good you're reminded. He did play for CEU, which this is their main venue for their league. So if there's a player who is much more comfortable here in the Paco Arena, then yes, you are right. That is Franz Diaz.
He has won many championships here inside this venue, playing for the CEU Scorpions. Gabo, unang pasok sa laro na to, finds Baracael, who could not get his second field goal of the match. On the counter here are the white shirts. Berger inside to Credo against a guy who also wears the same jersey number in Hesed Gabo. Dalawang number 7 nagbabantayan dito.
Hesed Gabo has always been a trendsetter, from that headband to that short shorts. Now adding on a sky blue socks para dito kay Hesed Gabo, adding on to his style.
Tsaka bago rin ata yung sapatos na suot niya. Hindi
Yes.
masyado makita. That's an offensive foul against RV Berger.
Papakita po natin ang style nitong si Hesed Gabo. Headband, arm sleeve, blue socks, short shorts.
High school pa kami, ganyan na talaga yan. Trendsetter talaga yan. Papansin yan. Gabo being defended here by the Ligas. Robin had his pass to Mina, picked up there by Franz Diaz.
You know, every time I look at the talent consumption nitong Pangasinan Heatwaves, it still surprises me that they're a little bit on the bottom part. But you're right, it's really the preparation, it's the adjustment. They were a little too late entering this season. But it's gonna be very scary moving forward. Kilala natin to, si Coach Jerson Gabiltes. And if he gets enough preparation, then this guy can really implement a very good system for the Pangasinan Heatwaves.
Well, of course, it still isn't confirmed if Pangasinan will have the same core moving forward. But as fans, that's what we want to see. The Ligas leans in off the glass. That's no good. Iloilo gets the ball back, and this time the Ligas makes sure that he gets the 2 points.
Oh, these two have been playing together since high school, now in the MPBL. So kung merong may kilala kung saan po pwesto itong si Clinton Ligas, and that is Chadi Rangel.
And the Ligas has been feeding Chadi Rangel for the longest time in their careers. Michael Wico, they now call Senior Explosivo, ayon kay Richard Campos, knocking down his first field goal from the outside. But the answer coming from RV Berjay, the bank is still open at 6:26 p.m.
I love that RV Berjay is playing of a 4 position more para dito sa Iloilo. Back when he was playing for Marikina, often he would play that 5. So we would not see him get that stretch off the outside. But here, we can see that he really has that outside game. But talking about outside game, Michael Wico off that swing, on the wing, getting that 3 as well.
RV Berjay also getting it off the bank. Those are 3-point shots brought to you by Extreme One-Stop Shop Appliances. Wico being aggressive here in his early stint in the first quarter. Trooping to the line for these free throws. Takes care of business on the first. Pangasinan up by 4, 16-12. 2 minutes and 41 remaining in our first quarter. 11.7 points per game this season para kay Michael Wico. Transferred midway this year from the Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards. Rodriguez settles for the outside shot. I love that matchup there against Michael Wico for this game. Japs Bautista gets the ball back. Bautista from the outside. Misses everything.
Still needs a little warm-up. Itong si Japs Bautista, fresh off the bench. That's his first shot, but we do know that he has that outside game.
Jason Credo will be the one to initiate the offense here for Iloilo. Credo breaks down the defense of Japs Bautista and goes strong to the cup and draws the foul.
Now Jason Credo, that is his strength. Every time he goes iso ball, he has that quick left to right movement off that crossover. Show it right there. You know, if this guy can stay healthy, I'm sure he will be getting a lot more minutes para dito sa Iloilo. But throughout the whole season, he's been hampered by a lot of injuries. So we do hope that he gets healthy for the next seasons to come.
That may be one of the biggest adjustments for college players like Jason Credo coming into the MPBL, the adjustment to a long season of play.
You know, we already know the skill of Jason Credo. That is not the question. It's really a matter of how will he stay healthy. But looks like slowly but surely Jason Credo.
Oh, spinner row, Jason Credo finishing with the left hand. Thing of beauty for the former Ateneo Blue Eagle.
Who is not healthy? Probably not Jason Credo. He's showing us that okay na ako and I am here to play for the United Royals.
Iloilo down by just 2 before Michael Wico gets a 3-pointer, his second of the game. Both of these teams have been showing out offensively here in the first quarter. The Heat Waves on the run. Wico again. Maguliano the offensive rebound. JP Maguliano with a deuce.
There is an extra step on the side of Michael Wico. He wants this win and he wants to start it strong. Pangasinan, usually a problem is how they start the ball game. But here, not a problem para dito sa Heat Waves.
Credo gets the step on Michael Wico. Credo will troop to the line again. Vince Tolentino committing the foul there against another former Ateneo Blue Eagle.
You know, whole season long, we have not been able to really know who the other talents are para sa United Royals. But this guy can ball, this guy can play. And Jason Credo showing it out with that spin here in Paco, Manila.
I just wish he could hit more free throws consistently. Jason Credo has been one of the more highly touted recruits coming out of that Ateneo Juniors program that also featured Kai Soto.
Especially at that position, can play the point guard. And Jason Credo has been a really good talent. He was drafted in the PBA.
I just couldn't get a contract with, I believe, Converge, right? One of the 6 players of Iloilo drafted into the PBA last month. There's a foul against Iloilo. Credo could not hit on both of his free throws. He's 0 out of 4 from that distance. This time it's going to be JP Maguliano taking the charities. 64.7% from the line this year. Both teams struggling from the free throw line tonight. A total of 1 out of 6 para sa parehong kupunan sa ating laro.
Well, they've been playing terrific from the outside and the inside, but looks like it's going to be a weird night where both of the teams are struggling from the line.
Maguliano able to can the second. There you see Coach McCuan, coaching consultant for the Iloilo United Royals, aiding his brother Japs on that United Royals sideline. Exactly a minute to play. Credo from top of the circle, missing from 3.
They're fully sagging down para dito kay Jason Credo.
Not sure who that pass was intended for. Galing dito kay Hesed Gabo. But Pangasinan will still keep possession with 16 on their 24.
Very good start para dito sa Pangasinan. High-scoring ball game. Already 22 points the first 9 minutes of the game.
Gabo, corner pocket 3. Overshoots the mark. Shadi Rangel clears it for Iloilo. Credo to the left side. Doliges back to Jason. Credo, another attempt. This time that's all net para kay Jason Credo, kissing 3 fingers to that Pangasinan bench.
No respect. Jason Credo answers saying, you have to close out on me. This is the first, but now makes the second. It was Jason Credo.
5 points in the game. Gabo looks at the shot clock. It reads 9. Last shot time here for the Heatwaves. Hesed on to Japs Bautista. 2 former STI Olympians connecting there for the Heatwaves.
And that is why Hesed Gabo is manning that point guard. Knows that he has the chance to take the last shot. Gets everybody's attention on that left side. Someone is bound to get open on that right. Japs Bautista wide open for the 3.
Take a look at it again. Clearly, it was well within the game clock. That surely will count for Japs Bautista in the Pangasinan Heatwaves. Given a lot of space there, Doliges and Rangel had no time to challenge there. And that's why the score will be 25-17 as we head into our second quarter. Our first quarter score brought to you by GameX Sports, the official online basketball lending partner of the MPBL. Basta ending GameX.
Back at the Paco Arena, Coach Japs Kuan talked about how it has been challenging to prepare for Pangasinan despite their standing. He said they are still an established system with talented players. Halos lahat poison pa rin. I asked, what about them did you prepare for the most? And he said, well, their staggered screens, elevator screens, yung press nila. Also need to stop their transition defense kahit hindi sila masyado makashoot in the past. Takbo naman sila agad, although today Pangasinan doing okay with their offense. He is also aware of the possible need of a collective effort of the guards against Hesed Gabo, like what we just saw, Joseph Fontanilla, Ian Melencio, and Ralph Robin. So De La Rosa, Madrigal, Diaz, Credo, and Gomez need to step up. With 15 players that stuck with him, Coach Jap is equally proud to have stuck with the United Royals as their leader. Javi Bonito.
Thank you so much, Mika. Excellent report from that sideline. You know, in this game, Iloilo, they've been trying to keep it step, especially the guards, talking about Franz Diaz. Even Jason Credo has been chipping in to try and shore up that backcourt para dito sa United Royals. But you love to hear that from Coach Japs Kuan, that despite the departures of their key players, he has been able to still steer the ship, although it may not be to their liking, but still, you know, he's there and fully committed.
You can see it that even though with a lot of losses, their guys are still here trying to battle it out here at the end of the season, and that is culture for everybody. Kitang-kita naman natin off that last stop for Iloilo.
Doliges decelerates, but I think he took one step too many there. At pang offensive foul pa nga ang itinawag laban kay Clint Doliges.
And the coaches are not happy with that call. They can actually opt to challenge. I don't think that is a charge as well. Oh, there is an extension of the elbow. I don't know if they'll be challenging that. no need actually para kay Clint Doligas. He had the size advantage. He was one step ahead of the defender. All he needed was to put that ball up.
Could have been 2 points more for the United Royals as we take a look at the turnover story here on your screens. It's 6-5. Japs Kuan knocking down his second 3-point shot. What about the Heatwaves, Juanito? Off to a great start from the outside in this game.
And Japs Bautista already with two threes here in the game. Not the most textbook three, but he shows us that when you work on it, he is gonna make that.
Matagal na natin nakikita yung shooting ni Japs Bautista, pero pati na rin ito si Franz Diaz, you know, from his days with CEU to now in this MPBL stint with Iloilo. That off the bench role, he has been owning that for Iloilo the past couple of seasons. Franz Diaz will once again launch from the outside. Hesed Gabo trying to tell the referees that there was actually a kick from behind.
Both teams are living and dying off that three-pointer the past few plays. I've never seen a kick to the side. Yan ang nirereklamo ni Hesed Gabo.
Parang piko eh.
But only the referees can decide if that is a charge. But challenge siya ni Coach Gerson Cabiltes.
Still 8 minutes and 17 seconds remaining here in our first half. We'll take a short break.
The challenge of Pangasinan was successful, resulting in a
Successful challenge para kay Coach Gerson Cabiltes in the Pangasinan Heatwave. So, tama nga siya nasabi ni Hesed Gabo sa ating mga
I want
game
to see
officials.
that again.
Ayan, tingnan natin.
Off the jump.
Ayun,
Oh, there
tama.
was a kick to the side. I've never seen that. I have never seen a player try to fish for a foul off the back to the side. Si Franz Diaz pa lang, ang kauna-unang player nakita kong sumubok nun.
Eh, sabi mo kasi kanina, trendsetter si Hesed Gabo eh. Gusto ni Franz Diaz siya rin.
Challenging the trendsetter Franz Diaz, making his own trend.
At Hesed Gabo misses from the outside on that last Pangasinan possession. Quickly, Iloilo wanted to counter with a run of their own. They draw the foul, but it's before the shot. That's why it's just going to be a baseline throw in here for the United Royals. They're down by 10.
It's good to see Franz Diaz running. No, we covered this Franz Diaz during his CEU days. This guy can run and really man that fast break. But he plays a little bit slower para dito sa Iloilo. But it's just a matter of time where we can see him man that point guard position and show us that speed once again.
Diaz, pinapahirapan dito ni Michael Wico. Another off-the-back three-pointer from straight away for Iloilo. This time, it's courtesy of Franz Diaz.
And that is the second client of this bank here on the left side here this evening. One from 6:30, another one from 6:39. 10 minutes apart. Pero ang bangko bukas na bukas dito sa Paco.
Suking-suki ang Iloilo mula sa bangko na yon. Tingnan ulit natin yon. Diaz there. Lost it momentarily. He was able to recover, looked at the clock, saw that it didn't really have a lot of time remaining, launched from the outside, kissed it off the bank and in. For Iloilo's fifth three-pointer of the game. The United Royals failing to score on that possession. Here come the Heatwaves. Melencio, stop and pop, no good. 30-23. More chances to cut into the lead here for the United Royals. Alan Santos loves that spot at he misses. Maguliano, siya na rin ang nagbaba dito para sa Pangasinan. Sees Wico cutting. Definitely a foul against Alan Santos.
I really like that weak side cut. You know, when you're attacking off the strong side, usually the weak side, nobody is looking. And that is the perfect time for you to be able to cut. And one guy who can do that perfectly is Mike Wico, especially in the system of Coach Gerson Cabiltes.
Actually, dalawang tao nga yung kumat doon para sa Pangasinan. Good thing that Wico was able to find his way to the basketball there for the Heat Waves and avert the turnover para sa kanilang kupunan. First free throw is no good for the former Pampanga Giant Lantern. Ito si Mike Wico. This free throw brought to you by Extreme Appliances. Ang subok at kompletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas. May have a good start from the outside but not quite so from the free throw line in this game para kay Michael Wico. 0 out of 2 on that trip. Velosa hands it off to Madrigal, who was able to sneak in some 2 points.
Good communication between Jay Javilosa on that give and go with AJ Madrigal. And this cuts the lead to 5 there.
Almost 4 minutes gone by here in quarter number 2. Cosejo leaves it for Taganas, who was clobbered there by the defense. Melencio able to tap it to Shaq. Taganas puts it up. Couldn't get it in. Melencio, another try. This time, Pangasinan gets the 2 points.
More opportunities para sa Heatwaves, but it's the shortest man on the court who will be getting that bucket. Ian Melencio staying active on the offensive board.
Madrigal back to Diaz. France attacks. Fakes off Melencio, leaves it for Ongteco. Beautiful play, could not be finished by JR, but Ongteco makes good on the second serving.
Could have been a highlight on an assist para dito kay France Diaz, but either way, they'll be getting that too to still be in a good position against itong Pangasinan. Look at that, up and under to that drop pass. Might be a miss, but Ongteco staying active, staying aware, getting that offensive rebound to cut the lead to 5.
Check out our fan of the game, brought to you by Jinky Skin. I do believe she's the better half of Alan Mina. Lagi ko yung nakikita pag Pangasinan game. Welcome back to this matchup between the Pangasinan Heatwaves and the Iloilo United Royals. Abby Palanya joined by Coach Juanito Gregorio and Ms. Mika Abisamis. We are on neutral grounds today. No team will be hosting anybody. Later on, Quezon City tackles Valenzuela in an all-important matchup in the Northern Division. Off the timeout, Nat Cosejo able to score off Leo de Vera.
Triple weave action going to a strong hard drive, leaving Nat Cosejo an opportunity to attack on the inside. Getting that foul off Leo de Vera.
Cosejo could not complete the three-point play. Free throws have been a problem for both teams in this game. Iloilo has not been able to score off of the charity stripe, while Pangasinan is 2 out of 7. Madrigal steps back for 3. That's no good. Cosejo able to get it. Cosejo will attack. And hang time move, resulting in a loose ball that was collected by Ralph Robin.
Still a lot of time para dito sa Pangasinan.
Taganas, cross court. Melencio on top, hesitates for a bit, launches, bounces off the back of the rim. 34-27. Trans Diaz now calling out the play here for the white shirts. De Vera hands it back off to their floor general. Diaz has 8 on their shot clock to work with. Madrigal to Ongteco. JR, jumper, short.
Good defense by Pangasinan on that last play. All of the off-ball screens were tightly guarded by Pangasinan, closing down on every option. And on the other end, quick attack by Ian Melencio to extend the lead to 9.
Melencio scoring on points 3 and 4 there on that last jumper. He was 0 out of 5 from the field in almost 13 minutes of play in that matchup against the Bataan Risers. Ongteco, despite the defense, able to drain it.
You know, that is the comfort zone of JR Ongteco, a modern-day big who can really stretch it out on the wing, on the mid-range, or on the three-point line, and that is a good find coming from Franz Diaz.
Coseo flashes on the middle, fakes out De Vera, try to get it off the glass. Taganas another offensive rebound. Alan Mina steps farther to the left. Coseo couldn't keep it alive. De La Rosa has it.
It's good activity by JR Ongteco to tap the ball out to a teammate.
Diaz handling the basketball here for Iloilo. De Vera will not be shy, and he makes them pay.
Oh, he's made a living off that three coming from the 3x3 division. Leo De Vera is a guy who can really stretch out that floor for your team.
De Vera was able to score 4 points against Rizal in their last game. Couldn't hit from the outside in that one. The United Royals only down by 4 here. However, they turned the ball again after getting that steal.
And those are the turnovers you don't want. Far above, close to the basket of Pangasinan. And that's going to be a 3 versus 1 opportunity. But Ralph Robin, just enough space for him to get that float in. And even lucky to get the foul against JR Ongteco.
Tamang sneaky lang si Ralph Robin dun sa steal na yon laban kay Franz Diaz. Robin will complete the 3-point play. 39-32. Pito ulit ang kalamangan dito ng Pangasinan. A 2-2-1 zone press here being applied by the Heat Waves, but easily countered by Iloilo. De Vera. Down low to Chadi Rangel. A lot of cutters there for Iloilo, but no passes coming through them. Credo, step through move. He draws the foul against Ralph Robin.
Ralph Robin, he knows that he made that foul. Trying to swipe in. Itong si Ralph Robin on that last second. That temptation will lead into a foul, giving 2 free throws para dito kay Jason Credo.
It seemed that Credo was going nowhere with that move. The shot clock was winding down for Iloilo. Definitely a bailout call for Iloilo.
And Jason Credo keeping his team alive here. 6 points in the ball game.
1 3-point shot to his name earlier in that first quarter. Credo has been having a lot of trouble with that free throw. And he's being jeered by this Pangasinan bench, by the way. Well, Cosejo getting a nice pass there from Ralph Robin.
Oh, these guys are comfortable with each other. Not Cosejo and Ralph Robin. Been playing with each other for quite some time now. Oh, could have been almost a turnover kay Ray De La Rosa.
Oh, young JV Kapunan getting some early minutes here for Iloilo. Nice pass fake. And then the delivery para dito kay Ralph Robin to Nat Cosejo. Omar Larupay in the game for the first time as well. Right off the bat, getting 2 points plus the foul.
This is one guy I want to be able to give a lot of minutes para dito sa Iloilo. Remember last year when they had a lot of injuries, he was actually able to get a Player of the Week honor para dito sa Iloilo, averaging a little bit over 18 points a ball game. So we do know the potential and the capabilities nitong si Omar Larupay. But of course, adding on a lot of talent para dito sa Iloilo, it's not been the same year para dito kay Omar.
Larupay fails to complete the 3-point play, but he does get the steal. JV Kapunan gets a pass there to Credo. Young JV for 3. Yes, sir!
Magic bunot para dito sa Iloilo. JV Kapunan providing instant buckets para dito sa Iloilo. Cutting the lead to 3.
41-38. Melencio to Mina. Taganas couldn't handle the pass. The United Royals with a chance to cut to within 1 or take the lead with a 3. Credo. Number of fakes out to Larupay. De Vera shovels a pass to Chadi Rangel, and he gets the 2 points plus the foul.
Team basketball being played perfectly by Iloilo. All 5 guys getting a touch of the basketball. A cutter in Leo De Vera, a drop pass in Chadi Rangel. And that will cut the lead to 1 point, even possibly tying it with a free throw galing dito kay Chadi.
And then earlier, before that play, JV Kapunan knocking it down from the left corner pocket. Unfortunately for the United Royals, Rangel could not complete the bonus. They're down by 1. Mina to Robin. Ralph Robin could not hit. The United Royals now aiming to take the lead. Larupa is strong to the hole. Wala. Rangel almost got to that offensive rebound. It was tapped out of bounds in favor of Iloilo. There's going to be a timeout here para kay Coach Jap Skuan. 56 seconds to play here in the first half. Up next for the Pangasinan Heatwaves, they will be battling the Manila SV Batang Sampaloc SGA on September 2. That's going to be a road game para sa kanila. And 12 days after that, it's going to be the Imus Agimat. And on September 24, they will round out their schedule against the Sarangani Marlins for the 3-game stretch. Pangasinan, they still have 4 games left. So those were the 3 of the last 4 games for Coach Jerson Cabiltes and company. Out of the timeout, let's see what Iloilo did draw up. Kapunan missing from the right corner. Robin pulls it out and gets it back. Ralph for 3. That's good.
That's going to be the third three-pointer of Ralph Robin here in this ball game. He keeps on moving. That's one thing you're going to love about Ralph Robin. Continue to move without that basketball, and eventually he was bound to get open on that right wing.
Meron na siyang 12 puntos sa laro na to. First guy in double figures in this one. Talking about Ralph Robin. Take a look at that again.
Watch that again. Ralph Robin playing terrific defense. There's been textbook 3-and-D here in this game, pressuring all of the guards and eventually on their offense. Every time he's open, either he takes the shot or goes for the drive, and even giving out some good assists here in the game.
Omar Larupay has been aggressive as soon as he entered this game, but he has not been able to hit free throws para sa Iloilo.
And 1 of 9 and 3 of 8. Both teams really struggling from the line here in this game.
That's a pity, considering how well these two teams have been shooting well from the field in this one. 28 seconds to go here in our first half. We'll take a short break. Up next for the Iloilo United Royals, they will be facing Binyan on September 11 at the Alonte Sports Arena. September 17, they go up against the streaking Bataan Risers, and a week after that, they will face the Valenzuela Classic on the road. 3 of the remaining 5 games for the United Royals on their schedule. After Valenzuela, they go up against Sarangani. So those last 5 games, including this one, they all have to win them to be able to have a chance of clinching a playoff spot in the Southern Division. Ang kalaban nila for that spot are the Negros Muscovados, who only have 2 games remaining. They only have to win 1 of those 2 games to make sure that they clinch the 8th spot in the South. Maguliano underneath, working hard. Couldn't get the 3-point play, but he will get 2 free throws.
Been good activity on the offensive rebounding para dito sa Pangasinan. That's going to be the weakness of the zone. There will always be open spots to get rebounds, and with the activity that the bigs of Pangasinan has, they'll be able to get a lot of offensive rebounds here.
6 seconds left in this game. Magoliano against the Bataan Risers scored 7 points, but he was a minus 13 sa laro na yun. Some situational substitutions coming in here for Coach Japs Kuan. Lance Diaz and Ray De La Rosa back, as well as Clint Doligas. Credo against Cosejo. That's off of the foot of Nat. Valencio will not have enough time. And that's going to do it for our first half of play between Iloilo and Pangasinan.
Been a good first half para dito sa Pangasinan. Starting it out strong. Relatively a cold second quarter to start, but Pangasinan was able to recover. Of course, one of the guys really leading that pack is Ralph Lobin. Already 4 made field goals, 3 3-pointers, and more importantly, dishing it out for his teammates as well with 4 assists. The leader of the pack for Pangasinan right now is Ralph Robin to be able to get this 5-point lead.
46-41, our halftime score brought to you by GameX Sports, the official online basketball lending partner of the MPBL. Basta ending GameX.
The stars have aligned, and now we are dead set for our MPBL All-Star Game.
Are you ready for more? Pacquiao finally knocked down the South All-Star Executives.
The man you have all been waiting for. How many times have we seen that, and it still doesn't get tiring to watch? A love to himself. For the tie! Oh no! No! That is it!
3-point shootout champion, Orlan Wamar!
The crown will belong to the guy from the Pampanga Giant Lanterns. Our champion is CJ Ganya! Boy Aktum from downtown and leaner, yes sir. The run, Serrano on the move, Serrano all the way.
Oh my goodness, there we go. That's our first dunk of the game.
MPBL All-Star Game winner, the North All-Stars!
Mga kabasketball, handa na ba kayo? Makisaya ngayong September 7 sa Zamboanga City para sa 2024 Sikat MPBL All-Star Game. Iba ang sigla at laban sa Zamboanga. Suporta kita kung mga manlalaro MPBL, ang Liga ng Bayan. Basta Zamboanga, sikat.
At ayan na nga, excited na ang ating founder na si Senator Manny Pacquiao para sa ating All-Star Weekend, at sigurado ako naghahanda na ang ating mga star players para sa mga kanya-kanyang division nila dyan para sa Zamboanga. Kaya excited na rin ako makita kayong lahat ating mga kaliga. But for now, I am with the team owner of the Iloilo United Royals, Sir Jay Havelosa. Jay, you were trailing most of the first half, but what a way to get back on track towards the last part of the first half through collective effort.
Yeah, actually, when probably the boys, we've been missing our free throws. I think we missed like 8 free throws. So if we made all of them, we'll be in the lead right now. Pero okay lang, I keep on telling to keep their heads up. Kasi if we keep on, we just follow the system, eventually it will work.
Mukhang nakikinig naman sila sa'yo, Jay. Meron ka ba mga gustong batiyan at pasalamatan?
First of all, I'd like to greet my fiancée Natalie watching back home. And I'd like to greet Senator Manny Pacquiao. Thank you, Sen, for the MPBL. And then I'd like to greet my dad, Boss JJ, my mom watching. And then my siblings watching their houses. And I'd like to greet our LGU partners, Bagong Kalibo Mayor, Jury Sucro. And then Iloilo Congresswoman, Jam Baronda. And I'd like to greet our sponsors, GameX Sports, Victoria Sports Tower, Jerry's Grill. And I'd like to greet Coach Joseph Gion, nagpa-shoutout. And then all the Iloilo fans, please keep supporting the team and the MPBL.
Alright, maraming salamat once again, team owner of the Iloilo United Royals, Jay Havelosa. Magbabalik po ang Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League.
At the half between the Pangasinan Heatwaves and the Iloilo United Royals, the score is 46-41 in favor of Pangasinan. Iloilo was off to a slow start in this one, and the Heatwaves just capitalized on it. Both teams shooting at a very respectable clip from the field. Iloilo at 44%, Pangasinan 42%. But one stat that you cannot see on your screens, the free throw shooting that hasn't been on both of the team's sides in this game. Jason Credo came off the bench to spark a rally for Iloilo that got them to within 5 here in this game.
You know, this has been a story of 2 quarters. Pangasinan starting it out strong. A very impressive first quarter, especially in terms of scoring. Trooping over to score 25 big points compared to only 17 para dito sa Iloilo. But late in the second quarter, Iloilo was able to gather their own. They were able to execute a lot more, and they were able to really get to their stars and be able to get some baskets. But one guy stepping up big time para dito sa Pangasinan is Ralph Robin, leading the way with everybody with 12 points alongside 4 assists, and Cosejo with 8, Wico with 7, and Japs Bautista as well with 2 threes with 6.
On the other side, Ongteco leads the way for Iloilo with 7 markers, while Franz Diaz and Jason Credo both have 6 points para sa kupunan ni Coach Japs Kuwan. Ralph Robin right there on your screens, the leading scorer in this game. And there you see the leading scorers for the United Royals. Coach Japs Kuwan and his squad trying to win their last games of the season to try and make a push for the last playoff spot in the Southern Division. 5 games remaining, including this one. Next game, they go up against Binyan, and then Bataan, Valenzuela, and Sarangani on September 28th. That's going to be their last game of the season.
A bad start para dito sa Iloilo. Off-balance pass to Gab Gomez. He was not able to stand his ground and will lead into a backward violation. Not the best way to start the third quarter para dito sa Iloilo.
Damien Lasco, Hesed Gabo, Mac Baracael, Michael Wico, JP Maguliano starting the second half here for Pangasinan. For Iloilo, it's Madrigal, Gomez, De La Rosa, Santos, and Ongteco.
A little bigger on the side of Pangasinan here. They'll be putting Lasco at the 3. Wico will be going down to the 2, and Hesed will be playing that point guard. Maguliano at the 5 and Baracael at the 4. A lot of versatility, a lot of speed, and a lot of shooting on the side of Pangasinan.
Ongteco got the personal foul earlier, and Damien Lasco on the ensuing play getting the 3-point shot. The Heatwaves have been doing a good job from the outside in this game.
Damien Lasco actually did not play a single minute in the first half, but here, first shot, first make right away para dito kay Damien.
The Heatwaves have tied their total from the outside from their last game against Pangasinan. They were 7 out of 24 in that game. Here, they're 7 out of 16. Wico sporting the new Kobe Force goes inside and scores on the deuce.
Trademark quick basketball para dito sa Pangasinan. That is how Coach Gerson wants to be able to execute their offense right away. 5-0 here in the third quarter.
Oh, they are trying to avert a meltdown here, talking about the Heat Waves. It happened in the second quarter versus the Bataan Risers. Here against Iloilo, they're avoiding that. That's why they've been able to maintain this lead. Santos hands it off to Madrigal. De La Rosa tried to go backdoor. That option wasn't there for AJ. Madrigal takes it for himself. No shot.
Oh, there is no attackers really. That's natural para dito sa Iloilo. Gomez, De La Rosa, and Madrigal are all spot-up shooters. So right now, the question is who will be doing the attacking para sa Iloilo. And so far, Gab Gomez will be able to get that 2 off a leak out.
51-43, cutting that Pangasinan lead to 8. A zone here for the United Royals. Baracael back out to Gabo. Wico attacks middle. Lasco catch and fire. That's good.
I don't remember Damian Lasco being one of the deadliest shooters. He was better known as an attacker, especially for Zamboanga and Caloocan. But now he has improved his game, added a skill, and now he's one of the deadlier shooters para dito sa Heatwaves.
Lasco had 9 points against Bataan in their last game. Now has 6 off the bench. Here, all in the third quarter. Baracael commits the foul there. Take a look at this fast break of the game brought to you by SportsMax, powered by PlayMax, the official online entertainment partner of the MPBL. Win to the max. That's Gab Gomez scoring on the leak out for the United Royals.
It's a good way to start the scoring para dito sa Iloilo. Their first two here in the third quarter, but it's the same problem. Who will be getting that basketball and put that ball on the floor? Alan Santos seems to be that guy on the post.
Another foul on Mac Baracael.
They're putting the ball on the post dito kay Alan Santos because he does have that size mismatch against Mac Baracael. But Mac Baracael is strong and has a lot of basketball experience, so it's not going to be easy to make a backup move against Mac.
Alan Santos last year played for Makati, averaging almost 3 points per game this season for Iloilo, 3.4 rebounds, 66.7% from the free throw line. Santos able to get the second free throw to drop. Moving forward, Juanito, how does Iloilo solve the problem of not having that go-to guy offensively?
Oh, they have to be able to move a lot without that basketball. They cannot be stagnant because there is no natural attacker on the floor para dito sa Iloilo. They do have a lot of shooters here on the court. You have De La Rosa, Gomez, and Madrigal. Even Ongteco and Alan Santos can stretch out the floor. But at the end of every shot clock like this one, who will be doing the attacking? Ongteco will try, but it will not end in success here. It's the same problem para dito sa United Royals.
Kasi syempre, if they go and eventually do get that last playoff spot in the Southern Division against the Negros Muscovados, alam naman natin nasa playoffs, kailangan nilang magkaroon ng ganong klaseng option.
It's a whole different ball game in the playoffs, especially going up against right now #1 Quezon Huskers. That is a team that has a lot of depth and a lot of versatility. So defensively, itong Huskers does have that advantage in terms of switching everything on the side of Iloilo. There's a good adjustment coming from Coach Jabs, putting in attacker in Franz Diaz.
Last year, the United Royals also ended up as the 8th seed in the Southern Division, upsetting the Bacoor City Strikers in Game 1 after that basket by CJ Katapusan. But of course, the Strikers went on to win that series and went all the way to the National Championship. Another possession here for Iloilo. Diaz will wait. Ongteco provides the screen. Ongteco left wide open from the outside. That's all nylon para kay JR Ongteco.
He's been having a good time from the outside ng si JR Ongteco. That's going to be the third jumper coming from JR Ongteco, the second three-pointer here in this ball game.
56-48. Wico on the right corner pocket. He's had 2 3-pointers in this game. Make that 3 for MJ Wico.
The outside game has been on point para dito sa Heat Waves. Because of that zone, that outside will be left open. And with the confidence the player has, tuloy-tuloy na to para sa Heat Waves.
He's 3 of 3 from downtown in this game. Talking about Senior Explosivo, Michael Wico.
We have to know who made that nickname. Was it Richard Tampos?
Si Richard yun.
Yeah. Madami na ang mga nabibigyan ng nickname. Ito si Richard Tampos. We have Dr. Fly. We have Senior Explosivo. Madami pa.
This 3-point shot brought to you by Extreme One-Stop Shop Appliances. JR Ongteco canning it from the outside. 11 ang hinahabol dito ng Iloilo. Ongteco faces up against Maguliano. Attacks left, draws the foul there on JP.
JP might be only around 6'3", 6'4", but against taller guys, he can really stand his ground. A very strong defender. Itong si JP Maguliano. That's why even though JR Ongteco is playing that 4 and 5 position, only a single coverage is needed para kay JP Maguliano.
Even if the shot was not attempted by Ongteco, Iloilo has been able to get 2 free throws here for JR because Pangasinan is already above the limit. It's still 5 minutes and 44 to go here in the third quarter. (59-50). A takeaway by Diaz. He has Doligas on the right side. Clint goes up, short. Lasco gets it para sa Pangasinan. Wico out to Gabo. Catch and shoot. That's money para kay Hesed Gabo.
The first basket for Hesed Gabo here in this ball game. He's been creating for his teammates. Whenever he is going to be given an open shot, he's going to take and make it.
Santos, one fake, puts a shot up, and that's 2 points inside para kay Alan Santos.
Good find from Franz Diaz. After the switch, there was a mismatch on the inside kay Alan Santos.
Maguliano flashing in the middle. Wico. Out to Gabo. Esed pulls back for a bit. Gets the screen from Maguliano. JP on the roll. Couldn't get it on the one-hander. Diaz nagmamadali. Lost the ball. Unfortunately for Pangasinan, it was last touch on them.
That's off balance lang para kay Franz Diaz. But good to see that he is a lot more aggressive in terms of running. Tells you Franz Diaz, we need a lot more of those for Iloilo to be able to make a run.
4 minutes and 42 the time remaining here in the third quarter. Timeout para sa Iloilo.
Back at the Paco Arena for your Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, my name is Mika Abesamis. With a roller coaster of emotions nitong si Mike Wico, sabi niya na moving teams, most likely not entering the playoffs, he has no regrets. Instead, he is motivated even more to be of help to his longtime coach Gerson Cabiltes in establishing his system to the new and younger guys. One guy he has been focusing on is Ralph Robin, who has been trying to improve his defense this season. Would like his puso way of playing to rub off on the guy and the rest of the Heatwave. Sabi naman ni Ralph Robin, he will use the offseason to bulk up for this role. This is the first time Mike will not be experiencing the playoffs in the MPBL. But for a guy like MJ, imagine how the situation will fuel him even more next season. Have you, Juanito?
It's definitely going to be exciting how this Pangasinan roster will be able to bounce back next season. Of course, it remains to be seen if the Heatwaves will keep this score. Who of the players will depart for perhaps greener pastures. Yan ang aabangan natin, of course, when the off-season unfolds. But siyempre, hindi naman natin pwedeng kalimutan na patapos pa lang ang ating 6th season and the playoffs are still about to happen.
We are entering the better parts of our MPBL season. Might not have MJ Wico, Hesed Gabo, and JR Taganas towards our playoffs this year, but I'm sure babalik at babalik yung mga yan. These are names that have been established here in the league. Proven winners. Probably not this year, but there's still a lot of years to come para dito sa trio na to.
You remember when Coach Gerson Cabiltes was still coaching for Basilan, and he did have the likes of Hesed Gabo with him. Michael Mabulak was also there. They made a furious run in the playoffs, just falling short when the pandemic happened and they had to forfeit that series. I think it was against Davao, I believe.
Yes.
They had less than the required amount of players to be able to make a game, and that's why they had to forfeit that against the Tigers. Now here against the Iloilo United Royals, they're trying to play spoilers here against the chances of the United Royals to get into the Southern Division playoffs. Heatwaves are currently number 11 in the Northern Division right now. Although there is still a very, very, very small chance that they can enter the Northern Division playoffs, it's out of their hands.
So they have to be able to wish that the 7, 8, 9, 10 teams actually start losing their games. But again, we're not looking really at the season. We're looking at the seasons after. Coach Gerson Cabiltes for sure babawi yan. But right now, we'll take a break.
The challenge made by Pangasinan is successful.
Another successful challenge here inside the Paco Arena. This time it's for Coach Jerson Cabiltes.
We've had 6 challenges here today. 4 from the first game, 2 from today's game. All have been successful. So medyo maganda ang gising. Sana hindi ko nabate. Sana hindi ko nabate. We still have a 3rd game and very important game between Valenzuela and Quezon City.
Tandaan nyo yan mga kaliga. Si Juanito na nagbitaw ng salita.
6 of 6 so far from challenges today.
So the foul on Fontanilla was rescinded after that review. Coach Jerson Cabiltes gets another challenge later in this game. Robin fakes out Doliges. Fontanilla bullets a pass to Cosejo, gets Chadi Rangel in the air. That's definitely a foul against the former NU Bulldog.
Good ball swing galing dito sa Pangasinan. Semi-dribble drive action right there. Off the fake. Chadi Rangel will end up with the foul.
Fontanilla trying to locate Cosejo anew inside the paint. There's going to be another foul against Iloilo.
It's going to put them in penalty here. It's the 5th foul of Iloilo here in the 3rd quarter. It's 3 minutes and 24. Not really what you want if you want to be able to cut into the lead.
So the United Royals have had 5 fouls in the last 2.5 minutes or so. Earlier, it was Pangasinan who got into the early penalty around the 5-minute and 30 mark of this 3rd quarter. Wala pang team fouls ang Iloilo at that time. And then the fouls just kept coming for the white shirts right after that. Mark Meneses will come in here for the Pangasinan Heatwaves. Diaz setting up the offense here for the United Royals. Rodriguez to the left side. Berge attacks middle. Finger roll, that's off to the left. That's going to be a foul against Meneses.
I want to talk about the growth of the career of RV Berge. Coming off the Team B of Ateneo, eventually slowly getting more experience, adding on to his skill set, eventually getting a good opportunity galing sa Marikina last year. RV Berge has really found a niche here in the league, and I'm really happy to see RV Berge have that growth in his career.
It looks like there's a technical foul called here against Iloilo team owner JJ Havelosa, who is now making his way to the technical table to Sir George Magsino. Ralph Robin will take the technical free throw and make it. Sir JJ Havelosa continuing to plead his case here to Coach Aldi Rea Lubit on the sideline. Berge will now take his 2 free throws. First one is no good. Both teams have certainly struggled from the free throw line in this game. Iloilo is 6 out of 15, while Pangasinan is 8 out of 14. I think there's another technical here.
So a little stoppage.
I think Sir JJ Havelosa will also be the one called for this one.
Iloilo United Royals, the team owner, JJ Havelosa, for using profane language.
He's going to be thrown out. That's the second.
It's going to be a force. What's the rule if it's coming from the management? Usually kapag coaching staff, it's 2 technicals, right?
Yeah.
And the frustration is really entering dito kay Boss J. This is a very important game. Every win matters para sa Iloilo. But sometimes, these are actually the wake-up call to players. I do know some coaches na magpapa-technical talaga to be able to wake up their players. Now, coming from the management, Boss J might be having his own game plan for the players to actually come alive here in the 3rd quarter.
Oh, let's see if this ploy will work for Iloilo here in this game. They're down still by 14. Meneses gives it up to Shaq Taganas. Fontanilla snaking his way past the defense. Hang time move for Josh Fontanilla.
No, he hung out there for quite some time. Itong si Josh Fontanilla. What a play coming from Josh, especially against Iloilo, who is playing a tall ball here in this lineup.
Rodriguez wasting no time there in attacking that Pangasinan defense. Take a look at that again.
Watch that off the screen, slicing through the middle. Contested by RV Berjay, but too much skill, too much sauce. Galing dito kay Josh Fontanilla from left to right. Ooh, I'm gonna see that highlight for quite some time. What a move coming from Josh Fontanilla.
The league is able to sink that first free throw. Clint just with 3 points in this game, after scoring 12 against the Rizal Golden Coolers.
How tall is this 5 being played by Iloilo? They're putting Clint Rodriguez at the 2. Putting Omar Larupay at the 3, RV Berjay at the 4, and 6'7" Chadi Rangal at that center. Very tall 5. Question is, will it be effective towards this third quarter?
Larupay almost got stripped there by Cosejo. And on the way up, Nato was called for that personal foul. Larupay will take 2 free throws. Leo De Vera and JV Kapunan will come back into the game for the United Royals.
JV Kapunan able to provide 3 points in the first half. Also Leo De Vera, some of the guys that were the magic bunots para dito sa Iloilo to be able to provide a couple of buckets to cut the lead to 5 in the second quarter. So Coach Chaps and Mac Kuan hoping that they provide the same effort and energy here to end the third quarter.
That free throw was brought to you by Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kompletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas. Fontanilla back to Robin. They go to the baseline. Coseo finding Taganas, cutting to that right side of the basket.
I'm loving the execution of Pangasinan here in this ball game. Everybody is getting a touch of that basketball. Everybody is a threat. And eventually someone is wide open on that offense of Pangasinan.
And free throws continue to haunt both teams here. Taganas missing on that first free throw. The Heat Waves are now 10 out of 17. And make that 11 out of 18 now after that make by the former San Beda Red Lion.
Kung team lang to ni Senator Jinggoy, baka marami ng facial expression na napakita.
Panigurado. Larupay fighting tooth and nail there with Cosejo, able to power through for those 2 points.
Really terrific defense by Nat Cosejo, but Omar Larupay was just able to find a little space to be able to get that floater.
Robin catches, puts the ball on the deck. Cosejo finding Mark Meneses, who wasn't able to control that pass. De Vera overshoots the mark on that three-pointer. Fontanilla lobs it inside. Taganas was too deep. Cosejo might have had an extra motion there after he was fouled.
No, he got hit on the neck. Itong si Nat Cosejo. Accidental hit galing dito kay Leo De Vera. He wanted to go for that swipe. A little too high. Medyo tinamaan sa leg itong si Nat Cosejo.
Cosejo also missing on that free throw. Cosejo currently with 11 points in this game. Third leading scorer after Wico and Robin, who both have 14.
Look at that free throws. 9 out of 20 para sa Iloilo. 12 out of 20 para naman dito sa Pangasinan. Both teams really are struggling off that line.
Jed Diaz now checks in for the United Royals.
A former player of the Ateneo Team B as well. A lot of Blue Eagles on the side of the United Royals.
No surprises there because, team owner Jay Javilosa was a former Blue Eagle himself. Chadi Rangel scoring inside there para sa Iloilo. Under a minute to play here in quarter number 3. Fontanilla gets it to Robin, hand in the face, no problem for Ralph Robin.
That's actually the first take of Ralph Robin here in the second half. He's been closed out, but now he's still as hot as he is in the first half.
That's three-pointer number 10 for the Heat Waves. Robin gets the steal. Fontanilla doesn't give it back, takes it for himself and scores the 2 points.
And now the Young Guns are doing the scoring para dito sa Pangasinan. Robin and Fontanilla are taking charge here in the third quarter.
Take a look at this fast break of the game brought to you by SportsMax, powered by PlayMax, the official online entertainment partner of the MPBL. Win to the max. That's Josh Fontanilla scoring in transition for the Pangasinan Heatwaves. Last shot time para sa kanila. 15-5 in terms of fast break points. 10 seconds left. Fontanilla goes outside to Robin. Robin, couple of dribbles. The pullback goes in. Jumper is good para kay Ralph Robin. What an explosive finish for the Pangasinan Heatwaves, led by their youngsters, Josh Fontanilla and Ralph Robin.
It's been that kind of a ball game for these young guns. Late in the game clock, Ralph Robin well challenged by a much taller defender in Jed Diaz. But if you feel it, you feel it. Ralph Robin ending the quarter with that jumper, extending the lead to 19 here in the third.
Check out highlights of the game brought to you by Sip Plus, the official hydration partner of the MPBL. Elevate your hydration. Damien Lasco came in, started this second half with 2 3-pointers right away, Juanito. But Iloilo was able to get some baskets midway. Kaya lang talagang relentless ang naging atake dito ng Pangasinan.
In the halftime, I'm sure that Coach Gerson wanted to start out strong to be able to take control of this ball game. That is exactly what they did. 32 big points para dito sa Pangasinan in the third quarter to be able to extend it to 19.
78-59 to be exact. Our third quarter score brought to you by GameX Sports, the official online basketball ending partner of the MPBL. Basta ending GameX. Tingnan natin ating fan of the game brought to you by Jinky Skin. One of the pretty faces saying hello to the camera here inside the Paco Arena in Sampaloc, Manila. Welcome to the fourth quarter of our second game. This is between the Iloilo United Royals and the Pangasinan Heatwaves. Javi Palanya on the call, joined by Coach Juanito Gregorio and Miss Mika Abisames. Quarter scoring on your screens. That was a huge third quarter for Pangasinan. They've been able to eclipse the 20-point barrier in each of the 3 quarters in this game. A good start here to the fourth quarter for Iloilo as AJ Madrigal knocks down a 3-point shot from the left wing.
This is not a done deal para dito sa Iloilo. They have the talent level to be able to actually mount a comeback. You have champions, you have winners. You guys have a lot of scoring load. The question is, will you be able to defeat the system and the comfort of the Pangasinan Heatwaves?
A 3-pointer and a stop para dito sa Iloilo to begin the fourth quarter. Can they get a basket on this possession? Diaz, Madrigal, Gomez, Javilosa, and Santos, the 5 on the floor for the United Royals. Madrigal couldn't knock down the 3-pointer. The tap goes to Josh Fontanilla. He has Cosejo on the left side. Fontanilla once again hanging in the air. This time it's no good. Cosejo able to bait Santos into that foul, and he scores the 2 points.
Nat Cosejo here in this ball game. Quiet 14 points and 5 rebounds para dito kay Nat Cosejo. We've been talking about Fontanilla. We've been talking about Ralph Robin, but Nat Cosejo has also produced here in this ball game. We have to highlight it's the young guns for Pangasinan who's been doing the damage para sa Heatwaves.
Well, a young gun for Iloilo will check in to try and restore order para sa kanilang pupunan. That's Ray De La Rosa, who has been their top scorer the past few games. Let's go to Miss Mika Abisamis for this report.
One guy who has been consistent in their last 3 games despite the results is Nat Cosejo. Did well against Nueva Ecija, Zamboanga, and Bataan. He said one thing that makes him a good fit sa system ni Coach Gerson is that he is a running big, but would still want to improve his shooting para daw all around na. The former DLSZ Juniors UST&A college forward would like to polish his game somewhat like Bobby Balucanag. Javi Juanito.
Thank you so much, Mika. Well, I don't think that's too far for him to achieve. In fact, I might even suggest that he's an even better player than Bobby Balucanag.
But Bobby Balucanag is a proven winner, something that Nat Cosejo has not yet proved here in the MPBL. But very bright future para dito kay Nat Cosejo. He's about 6'5", can play terrific defense, can stretch out the floor. Very bright future para kay Nat.
Ray De La Rosa also proving to be a guy who does have a bright future here in the MPBL. Knocking it down from the outside, pero 15 pa rin ang hinahabol dito ng Iloilo. Make that 17 na as Melencio scores from mid-range for the Pangasinan Heatwaves.
That is the depth of the lineup nitong Pangasinan, but there is an unsportsmanlike call on Alan Santos. He doesn't like the call. There has been a little physicality between Nat Cosejo and Alan Santos. I think they were able to stop whatever was with those two.
That's already 5 fouls for Alan Santos. He will have to check out of this game. And the only legit center para dito sa Iloilo has now fouled out. Obviously, you still have other big men there. J. Rongteco will be the one to replace him. But they now lose an enforcer, Juanito.
It's going to hurt because Alan Santos has been getting a few buckets on that inside. The only guy who is actually a post threat para dito sa Iloilo. All the other bigs of the United Royals are actually guys who wants to play from the outside. So that will hurt the side of the United Royals.
Cosejo continuing his stellar play for the Heatwaves in this one. 16 points, 5 rebounds for the former EAC General. More importantly, the Heatwaves now up by 19 again. That's a walk against Ralph Robin. It's really tricky when you step on that pivot foot first.
Especially that fake to a drive. Minsan talaga nagugulo yung footing mo. So that's a good call by referee Alan.
Japs Bautista will come in for the youngster Ralph Robin. Almost 2 minutes gone by here in our last quarter. Right after this, we have the all-important Northern Division matchup between the Quezon City Toda Acción Party List and the Valenzuela Classic. Rongteco up top, skips a pass to Madrigal. AJ, step back three-pointer, short. That's going to be a foul. Laban dito kay Vince Tolentino.
There's actually a few mismatches on Jay Havilosa off that switch. Ian Melencio was the guy on Jay Havilosa. They were not able to locate him on the inside.
MJ Wico will come back in for Coach Gerson Cabiltes. Havilosa wanted it. That's stolen by Pangasinan. Wico, access denied by J. Rongteco. The United Royals on a counter run. Ray De La Rosa leaned in for that shot. That was short.
So 5 black shirts running down on defense was the best shot available para kay Ray De La Rosa, but it will end in a miss. Another stop for the Heatwaves.
JR Kaasi making his first appearance in this game for the Heatwaves. Melencio picks up his dribble. Tried to get a pass to JR, but that's stolen by De La Rosa. Rai hands it off to Gomez. Gab for 3. No good.
It's been not been a good game para dito kay Gab Gomez. He has not made the... sorry, he's only had 2 points here in the ball games in 11 minutes of play.
Wico kicks it out to Bautista. Japs gets fouled there by AJ Madrigal. There's a certain art and timing to that closeout that Drew Holiday has made popular right now. especially in the recently concluded Olympics.
Yes,
Have you
that's
seen that?
right. Yes, that's right. But he works on defense. You know, we see a lot of highlights of players working on their offense. It's only Drew Holiday that I've seen is working on his defense in the off-season. So ganun yung talagang yung sakripisyo niya to be able to improve his defensive art.
Wico puts a stain on his unblemished record from the outside. That's his first miss from three-point country. Ongteco wasn't ready for that pass. Tolentino gets to it, and Wico will redeem himself by getting the 2 points on this one.
Ano, miscommunication. That was the play. Medyo napaaga lang ang pasa ni Gab. Diretso sa muka ni JR Ongteco. It's going to end in a turnover and a fast break for the Heatwaves.
De La Rosa, jump stops, couldn't get the one-hander to go. Habilosa with the right. Tap goes to Gab Gomez. De La Rosa to try and keep them in this game. That's down and through from the outside para kay Ray De La Rosa.
Very important three for them to be able to still have that glimmer of hope. Itong Iloilo United Royals. A lot of shooters is a good find coming from Gab.
Oh, what about the three-point shooting in this game, Juanito? 23 makes between these two squads sa ating laro.
It's been a good outside game for both of these teams. But Pangasinan, they're leading by 20 because they've added a lot more options. They've had a running game. They were able to get a lot of inside buckets. Iloilo on the other end, after the three-pointers, they haven't really had a lot more options.
Madrigal gets a screen here from Ongteco. Doesn't use it. AJ trying to spin away from Japs. That's stolen by Ian Melencio. The stop and pop. The legend from Cavite could not make it, but the legend from Pampanga does get the offensive rebound and put back.
Now, Mike Wico is still extra active. They are with a 22-point lead, but Mike Wico still putting in the same effort. They still want this win to be able to end the season well para dito sa Heatwaves.
5 minutes and change remaining in this game. We'll be back. Presenting our Suzuki muscular and sporty fans of the game, just like the Avenus, do more and achieve more with the muscular and sporty scooter from Suzuki, the Avenus. Oras na para magmotor. Back here inside the Paco Arena in Sampaloc, Manila, for your MPBL Thursday triple header. It's been the Generals and the Pampanga legend para dito sa Pangasinan Heatwaves that have been scoring. That's Robin, Cosejo, and Wico combining for 53 points in this game.
More than half of the points of this team coming from three guys in the really heavy minutes and heavy production galing dito sa tatlo.
Robin with 19, Wico with 18, Cosejo with 16 markers. De La Rosa off the flare. Wala, Larupay gets Wico in the air. And he gets the 2 points inside. 20 pa rin ang hinahabol dito ng Iloilo. Melencio off of the Kasi pick. Tolentino hands it off to Wico. MJ able to scoot inside and get another 2 points for himself.
Doesn't matter what team, MJ Wico still with that same attacking prowess, showing everybody why he is one of the best slashers here in the MPBL.
Kung ako depensa, matatakot ako pag tumatakbo ng downhill si Michael Wico.
Oh, yeah.
Tapos yung bibig nakakagat labi na.
Exactly. There's this certain look kay Mike Wico where no looking back, kahit ano mangyari, aatakihin niya. And usually a guy yan, pag nagja-jogging lang siya, kalmado lang yung muka. Pero pag nag-sprint na si Michael Wico, oh, this guy will do whatever it takes to get that strong attack in. Already 20 points para dito kay MJ.
No, 22 Anito.
Oh, 22 already for MJ.
See, he's scoring so fast we can't even keep count anymore. Larupay against two Pangasinan defenders, still able to get the 2 points.
Omar Larupay still extending his statistic averages here para sa Iloilo. This guy is always quality whenever he is given minutes, but not all the time is he given a lot of minutes nitong United Royals.
Well, he's had to deal with not just injuries but also some personal problems this season. That's why he hasn't been able to see a lot of action this year for the United Royals after a great year last year para sa kanila. Kapunan double teamed here. Melencio just takes it away. Is that going to be a jump? That is going to be a jump. The possession arrow points to the side of the Heatwaves. Check out our play of the game brought to you by Suzuki. Michael Wico looking like a man on a mission in this one.
Mike Wico making most of his scoring from the outside to start the ball game. Now doing his load on the attacks, showing why he is a champion here in the MPBL.
94-72 is the score.
There's still going to be a review here.
Vince Tolentino was decked after that. Take a look at that again. Bautista able to deliver the pass to Tolentino. Then Ongteco getting the arm of Vince and also getting a bump as he landed.
That's going to count because Omar Larupay hang on the ring as Vince Tolentino was going for that shot.
Foul on number 29, J.R. Onteco's third. Alimina comes in for Jax Bautista.
No, but I don't think they're going to count the basket.
Oh, wow. I think that should have been a goaltend as Omar Larupay was hanging on that ring.
Tolentino missing on that first free throw. Well, if there's any Waterloo in this game for Pangasinan, it's definitely going to have to be their free throw shooting. 14 out of 24 from the free throw line in this game.
Oh, we got 14 of 25.
Mark Meneses gets it back for the Heatwaves. Alan Mina missing from way downtown. By the way, Mark Meneses will be one of the participants in our slam dunk contest on September 7 in Zamboanga City at the Mayor Vitaliano Agan Coliseum as JV Kapunan, although his team hasn't really been able to put out a good performance overall, he has been able to put in some quality minutes off the bench in this one.
That's a nice move coming from JV Kapunan, up and under against three black shirts, showing why he was once one of the players from the End 1 Combine dito sa Pilipinas.
6 points in the game for young JV Kapunan. 94-75 with the way things are looking here. It looks like Iloilo will go on and bow out of the playoff race in the Southern Division.
That's going to hurt. To start the season, we were talking about Iloilo as one of the top teams, having a lot of big talents, having a good depth. But medyo nahirapan sila. A lot of injuries for Iloilo for quite some time. Credo faced some injuries. RV Burjay faced some injuries. There was a time that Alan Santos was not in the lineup. So they had this front court problem. So it's going to end in a number 9 spot para sa Iloilo.
This will be their 3rd straight loss, 7th of their last 8 games. And the Heatwaves will be able to notch their 10th win of the season against 15 losses as we now enter the final 2 minutes, brought to you by GameX Sports, the official online basketball lending partner of the MPBL. Basta ending GameX. Alan Mina finding Meneses inside. No, that's Jer Kaasi delivering a pass to Vince Tolentino.
And up to the end, the execution of Pangasinan is still on point. Ganda pa rin ang ikot ng bola para dito sa Heatwaves. Everybody getting a run.
And there you see Coach Japs Kuan. Mika reported earlier that despite everything that's happened, he's still very much happy to be able to have this opportunity to lead Iloilo in this season.
Of course, one of the more respected coaches, itong si Japs Kuan. He's been in the MPBL before. We do know that the players really respect itong si Japs Kuan.
Former UAP champion for the UST Growling Tigers.
No, there was a fun mini reunion back at the dugout. I saw Coach Boss Emmer and Cyrus Baguio talking it over, and all of a sudden pumasok si Jabs Kuan, and all of a sudden it's like wearing yellow all over again. It's a mini UST reunion backstage. So that was fun to see, especially as a Fighting Maroon.
Sayang lang wala dito si Coach Christian Luanzon.
That would have been nice. That would have been perfect. Tama. Shout out to you, Coach Christian. Hope you're doing well.
Kasama mo na rin si Paranaque team manager Jamal Vizcara. O, diba?
Kompleto pa rin sila. They're still all in the basketball worlds wearing different hats. So props to Cyrus Baguio because he's still playing at this age.
Ong Teco, trying to kiss it off the glass. Well, in Cyrus Baguio's case, he's trying to help Valenzuela right now secure a playoff spot in the Northern Division. And they're going to have to do that later on against the Quezon City Toda Action party list squad. Under 50 seconds to play here, Alan Mina, you know, this is a guy I feel who wasn't able to perform to his potential this year for the Heat Waves.
That's right. Alan Mina is a guy that has a lot of weapons in terms of scoring. Can shoot, can attack. Very creative in terms of scoring. So all this guy needs is a full season to be able to prepare. And Alan Mina is going to be one of the better wings we have here in the MPBL. So very, very bright future para dito kay Alan Mina.
Ralph Robin will hold on to it. As per instructions galing kay Coach Jerson Cabiltes, and the Heat Waves with perhaps one of their best games of the season against the Iloilo United Royals.
The one thing that the Pangasinan has had a problem on is starting the game strong. Today, a different mindset to start the first quarter, scoring a lot and eventually trying to outrun itong Iloilo. After that strong start, they never looked back. Pangasinan was able to take control of the whole ball game. Well, deserving of the win is Pangasinan.
They dominated from start to finish, scoring more than 20 points in almost all our quarters, save for that final frame wherein they scored 19 points. So even then, munti ka nang makabutas ng 20 ang Pangasinan Heat Waves. Our best player of the game brought to you by Daily Fantasy. Dito sa Daily Fantasy, hawak mo ang laro. There was so much choices for this game, Juanito. Wico put up a good game. Cosejo did the same. But in the end, you chose Ralph Robin.
Ralph Robin was able to start the game strong. Those 2 threes in the first quarter was one of the reasons why they were able to go out and get that big lead. And of course, Ralph Robin not only scoring, was also able to dish out some assists, but more importantly, the efficiency of how Ralph did it here in this ball game. One of the reasons why we are picking him as our best player of the ball game. Ralph Robin, well deserving of that honor.
Only the second time Pangasinan has been able to breach the century mark this season. 100-78 is our final score. Brought to you by GameX Sports, the official online basketball lending partner of the MPBL. Basta ending, GameX. Let's turn you over to courtside. Mika Besames is with Ralph Robin.
Maraming salamat, Tama Kahabi. Kasama ko ngayon ang Daily Fantasy Best Player of the Game. Walang iba kundi si Ralph Robin. Ralph, na-miss namin yung mga tres mo dito sa game na to. Hanggang dulo, binigay mo sila. You ended with 22 points.
Yun eh. Sabi naman ni Coach, binibigyan niyo pa rin talaga ako ng kumpiyansa kahit na medyo nag-struggle ako past few games. So, yun pa rin yung trust ng coaches ko and teammates ko na, ayun, nag-deliver naman ako ngayon.
Sa tingin mo ba yung mga tres na yan ay magagamit mo sa susunod nyong laban because you will be facing the Giants of Manila?
Sana, no? Parang hopefully lahat kaming mga players din, hindi lang naman ako. Sana lahat ng 3-point shots namin, lahat ng field goals namin ay mag-click para pagdating sa game, alam namin malakas ang Manila. So, kailangan namin lahat ng team chemistry namin lahat para malagpasan yung Manila.
Napakaganda ng sinabi mo, Ralph. Meron ka ba mga gustong batiin at pasalamatan?
Binabati ko si Governor Ramon Vico, Mayor Cesar Quiambao, Secretary Conrad Estrella, Congressman Eskimo Estrella, Congressman Arthur Celeste, Mayor Art Brian Celeste, Boss FJ, at sa lahat ng mga sumusuporta sa team. Maraming salamat po. And binabati ko yung family ko na nanonood, sila Mama, Papa, and sila Martin, Raven, and Evan, and yung girlfriend ko na nanonood. And binabati ko yung sa bahay si Nanay Lisa na parating nakasuporta sa akin, and yung mga tito ko, tita ko sa Sereno and sa Robin family. And binabati ko yung anak ni Kuya Jab, si Jabson, and maraming salamat and binabati ko yung Days of Clothing and thank you sa lahat ng mga sumusuporta sa Pangasinan. Maraming salamat.
Alright, maraming salamat. Our Daily Fantasy best player of this game is Ralph Robin sa Daily Fantasy. Hawak mo ang laro. Javier Juanito.
Thank you, Mika. Congratulations to Pangasinan for getting their 10th win of the season. Up next, we still do have this matchup between the Valenzuela Classic and the Quezon City Toda Action Party List. Very important matchup in the Northern Division to try and decide which of the teams in the bottom half of our top 8 will be able to make it to our postseason. Thank you so much for joining us. For my partner, Coach Juanito Gregorio, and our courtside reporter, Ms. Mika Abisamis, this has been Javi Palanya. Keep it locked in here on the Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, ang liga ng bawat Pilipino. Mic check, 1, 2, 3. Mic check, 1, 2, 3.
Hello. Liga ng bawat Pilipino. Sa Visayas.
Test, test, test.